Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Stream Commerce. So today I'll be teaching labor cost. First let us understand what is labor cost. Labor cost or total labor cost is the total expenditure borne by employers for employing staff. That means charges or amount paid to the workers who are directly involved in producing goods or supplying any kind of services. Total labor cost consists of employees' compensation such as wages, salaries, etc. So now let us start with different concepts of labor cost. First is overtime. First, let us understand what is overtime. Overtime refers to any hours worked by an employee that exceed their normally scheduled working hours. So, overtime means extra work done by the workers for which they are paid for the late or extra work done. So, the company calculates the overtime rate by using the formula overtime is equal to normal rate of wages plus extra rate of wages. Now let us see merits of overtime. Overtime helps the management in first, increasing the production by incurring a small extra cost. That means the company incurs extra cost for producing extra units. This extra cost incurred is known as incremental cost. So, incremental cost is the amount of money that would cost a company to make an additional unit of a product. Second, utilizing the plant and machinery more effectively, thus spreading the fixed cost over a larger output. This reduces the per unit cost of production. That is, the company makes effective use of plant and machinery in order to lower the cost of production, or which is also known as cost of sales. Third, clearing the backlog of work, which means a buildup of work that needs to be completed. Now let us see demerits of overtime. However, overtime has the following demerits. Number 1, overtime means additional cost of labor, lighting, repairs for overworked machinery, etc. That means overtime leads to additional expenditure. The company needs to spend more amount for the workers who work for overtime. Second, overtime work means fatigue for the workers, leading to lower and substandard products. However, workers may feel tired by working for overtime, which will affect their output. Third, overtime becomes a habit and workers may work less during normal working hours to secure overtime. That means workers may not work properly during normal hours and keep their time saved for overtime hours to get overtime rewards. Now let us see how to control overtime. Overtime must be controlled to reduce the cost of labor and production. Control of overtime involves the following steps. First, record overtime. That means first it is necessary to record overtime, for example on the job card or separately on overtime card. Second, identify and classify causes. Next, the causes giving rise to overtime should be identified. The causes can be classified into the following categories. A. Production causes. That means machine breakdown, power failures, more workers as compared with number of machines, etc., leading to backlog of work. B. Administrative causes, that means poor planning, workers' absenteeism, shortage of manpowers, etc. Third, take action. Action should be taken after identifying causes by A. Production causes, that means overtime can be avoided by regular maintenance of machinery, setting up internal sources of power generation, proper planning of production in advance, purchase of new machines, etc., to avoid work getting in arrears. B. Administrative causes. Overtime can be controlled by controlling absenteeism, say by giving attendance bonus, by recruiting more workers, by adding more shifts, etc.